released like sample adventures and stuff,
Oh, that's cool as fuck. You know,
and like a
I
setting.
played the 5e Dragonlance module. That was fun.
I've never played any modules. I've only ever played homebrew games.
I think Dragonlance is the only module I played.
I've played because I played with Lou for the last like 3 years now. I think we started November of like 3 years ago. So
Yeah, that sounds
Dang.
about right.
I think we're actually about to hit 3 years. And before that, I was playing for a year or two with a guy from England, and he had his own homebrew world as well.
Nice.
That was actually my first time playing D&D. Was them.
My
Alright.
first time playing D&D was with Grisix.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how he's doing.
No, I haven't spoken to him in a while. Hope he's doing okay. Should check in.
Yeah, but he had a really thick accent that was a little hard to understand him sometimes.
Oh, where was he from?
I think he was French.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That accent can be a bit hard to understand sometimes.
Looks like Onvir, he would be scribe for today, if that works.
Yeah.
Another thing I was doing. The inspiration points, I have a name for them, but they no longer would do inspiration. They would give you +2 to a roll.
Oh, that's not
And
bad.
you can use up to 3 of them at a time. So, like, you could get up to +6 if you want to use 3 points on a roll. Basically, you have 10 of them that you can store.
Do we still have the once restriction?
There's
or are
no
we-
restriction on. You can use them as much as you want. It would just be +2 per point on any roll that you're doing. And yeah, like I said, you can spend up to 3 points on a single roll to gain +6. So, have at it. I don't have a good name for it because inspiration point is kind of confusing. But yeah, I'm still deciding. I think I am going to just adopt the old inspiration rules where you're either inspired or you're not, but these points can be kind of used independently. I just have to figure out what I want to call them. Because I just felt like inspiration for a point was a little too much, and if you can only use one per combat, like, they just kind of sit there. Because people can only use like one per game and then just, build a bunch up. So I'm going to do them like that. Alright, so Onvir, are you good? You said you're okay to scribe?
Yeah.
And it looks like, Robert, you were the previous scribe?
Yes, give me 2 seconds, please.
Oh yeah, the salamanders.
Sure.
That's how we ended.
While he's doing that, what was the thing that, as I'm making the scarce sheet, where you get 10, is it inspire point? Where you can hold up to 10?
Yeah, so the inspiration points give +2 to a roll now, is what I was saying. And you can spend up to 3 of them to get +6. But,
All right.
Oh.
yeah, so instead of giving inspiration, they just give a flat bonus.
Oh, so I'm never gonna miss.
I guess, if you have enough inspiration points.
I think it's
That-
5 inspiration points, 10 story points.
Yeah, you have a 5% chance
Which I
to
think
miss
is what he
on
was
your
asking.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
that-
10 for both now. You can store up to 10 of
Oh,
both.
10.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready when y'all are.
Hit it.
All right.
Great.
Go ahead.
While Eldwin was teaching the Leyline girls, the one known as Mirren informs them of a dream that she had.
Oh,
I think someone started talking to him.
yep.
Right, the one known as Mirren informs them of a dream that she had involving a white stone in the hands of Flick's Tabaxi tribe. Eldwin bringing up the dream over dinner leads to Flick some cautious talks and informs the group the bare minimum of his tribe that's very secluded and kills strangers on sight unless invited. And Flink isn't high enough in the hierarchy to invite outsiders. The only possible way to get their good favor would be to bring them important information or powerful module items, at which point Flink informs us of a demon portal that may have such items. The group decided to go to the portals but stopped by Anvir's home temple to deal with any potential spies, since it is in the same general direction. On the way towards the temple, the group was attacked by salamanders. With one good banishment from Anvir, the remaining salamanders are quickly dealt with, and the group continues on their way after taking 5 hours to clear the dried magma off the ship.
Alright. Thank you for that recap. So... it is currently the 18th of summer at 5 p.m. and we'll pick things up. So I think, yeah, we spent some time and cleared out the debris, and I think the group was ready to travel again, yes?
I think so, yeah.
I'm ready, Freddy.
Alright.
I'm ready.
Okay, SpongeBob.
I think the 18th was actually... Yeah, so that was the time that you would arrive. So this is kind of in between, so... now that you had to take some more time... Let me see... It's 5 extra hours. So you would arrive at 10 p.m. Oops. Alright, so the group arrives at the temple, or at least in the caves nearby. I assume you're leaving your ship outside.
Yeah. I don't think we brought the ship into there before, so probably best not to.
Okay, so yeah, maybe like somewhere in the nearby area. Alright, so you you approach the temple. There are a couple of guards at the gate who, of course, greet you and allow you entrance. And inside, the large cathedral kind of built into the side of the cave looms over with a bunch of light stones kind of lighting up fielded areas, as well as some very dark areas of the cave, which might be put aside for worship. So you are at the temple. What do you want to do? It's pretty late, so most people have gone to bed at this point. You would see the light stones are now in the moonlight phase of their energies. So there's like a dim whitish light kind of caressing the fields, making it fairly hard to see for those without dark vision.
Well, I guess maybe we should wait till the morning to do anything. What do you think, Robert?
Well, I want a nice warm bed. I'm tired of that ship.
I'm pretty sure we stayed here last time. I'm sure we could find somewhere. I imagine I would know
A
somewhere
warm
we
bed
could-
and good company.
Well, most of the people here are very pious, so depending on your definition of good company, I don't think you're going to find it.
It depends on how good the company is.
But yes, no, I should be able to find a place for us to stay the night, and then we can talk to Tristan, who is the leader of this area, tomorrow.
I'm sorry, did you say Tristan?
Tristan.
Tristan. Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so as you are standing there talking, one of the guards from the gate comes over with his lantern and would say, yes, I should have mentioned the temple is closed. Most of the people are sleeping at this point. I could wake your grandmother, or the not your grandmother, but the
Matron
the
kind of
matron
thing.
of the temple to see about getting you lodging. Although, if you wish, you could also sleep out in the fields. I know you all have camping gear. Whatever you think would be easiest. Says I'm a little hesitant to wake the matron just because I prefer to give her sleep, and yeah, it would be
Oh, she
her or
does
one
do
of the priestesses to get you in the rooms.
I think we'll just make do for now. We'll be fine.
He nods and says, feel free to start a fire. There's plenty of ventilation in these areas, so the smoke won't be an issue. If you need some warmth.
Thank you for that. I imagine I would probably know who this person is, but yeah, I'm just thinking.
The
I feel like I would
guard?
know most of the people. I feel like I would know most of the people in this temple.
I mean, you,
38 years.
there are new people on occasion.
That's
This particular guard you don't recognize, but like I said, there are people who sometimes come for the teachings of Hildar and join the church. Also, some of the mercenaries are hired, so they are brought in from the outside. They're not necessarily members of the church.
Oh, that's fair.
Some of the security.
I want to get paid to stand around and do nothing.
Yeah, it is a pretty sweet job. There's not many attacks. Not much they have to do here.
Well, I'd find us a nice place to go camp out.
Right.
Robert kind of groans at the thought of another day sleeping outside, but does so anyways.
Oh, just tonight. Once we talk to Tristan, we can sort out some board.
So, how are we supposed to find this spy anyway? Boley says.
Well, I do have a spell called Zone of Truth that makes it that nobody can lie while within it.
He says, so, what, you're
Alright, they can't lie, but can they bend the truth?
You're just going to
To an
round up the whole church and have them stand in your zone while you ask questions?
Well, no, I'm thinking we narrow it down to some suspects first, and then do that.
So,
I was thinking about talking to Tristan about some of the new arrivals, and if anyone had been seeming suspicious, asking about us or anything like that we could potentially look into.
So you wouldn't mind if I took a look around, would you?
If you steal anything, I will find a way to make sure you do not return.
Cool.
What?
That is the one time you have been traveling with Onver a bit. That is the one time you've seen him go dead behind the eyes. Like, I will find you.
Like, what? Me steal from a godly place? I would never. It pains me.
He
Okay,
stares at
yeah,
you
no, I
with
would.
just an unchanging face. Like, yes.
Like, alright, fine.
Well,
Then
he
fine,
says,
yes.
there's probably not much worth stealing here anyway. You don't steal from your friends. At least not often. He says, I don't steal from my friends. You don't have to worry
Well-
about me, Anvir.
Well,
don't know if
Almir's
there'd be
our
anything.
friend, but his friends aren't my friends, so.
He says, yes,
This is
but
literally the place I grew up.
they are our allies in a sense. He says, I'm
Think
sure
about it
they
like this.
would be happy
You
to
steal-
help us if we asked.
Yes. Think of it this way. If you're stealing from here, you're effectively stealing from my family.
Dosha says,
Alright,
you
alright,
don't steal
fine.
from your own clan. This is obvious.
So it's just Jamaican now. Sorry.
Alright, so you're
yeah.
passing some time. Give me a moment.
So, DM, I just want to say that one of the spells I have cannot be brought onto 5e character sheet, but it's a 2024 edition one.
Just copy and paste
Yeah.
like the wording and shit.
Well, you can't use those spells unless you made a 2024 character. Which you said you didn't, right?
I did.
Oh, you did? Well, then you have to copy paste any of the 2024 content because it doesn't. For whatever reason, you can't use it with the old sheet.
Oh, that's fun. Bell time.
You know, it was a lot easier for me to do it because I just played fighter.
It was a lot easier for me to do it because I just didn't.
Oh, how dare you?
Well, I don't feel like I could play Onvir if he wasn't a Twilight Cleric. I feel like none of the themes of the other ones fit up well enough. Maybe Light Cleric I could see kind of doing it, but at the same time going from being, ooh, stars to Fireball!
Just lob those fireballs, baby. I wish I could lob fireballs.
Fireball. Do.
God damn it.
Ah, I see your man culture as well.
Yes.
You are second.
Yeah, I can't imagine there being too many valuable things in the Temple of Ildar, because their whole thing is more like defending against the dark, so I imagine it'd be just mainly, if anything of value, maybe like a weapon.
Can I start begging for copper?
Seriously?
All right, so
Onvir, can I at least do that?
No.
Pain.
So the evening is passing. You set up your camp within the walls. Let me see something again. Pay your camp.
This music sounds familiar.
That's boss music.
Boss music.
It's called Ambient Mirage.
Hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to look for food.
Alright, so the evening would pass. Are you feeding the group again, Onvir, with your spell?
Let me confirm. I think I still had that prepared, so yeah, I probably would.
Okay. Alright, so it is now the 19th of summer at 8 a.m. As you are all getting up for the day, you see a couple of people approaching from the church, who you of course recognize. First off, you would see Trislin. She walks up and smiles as she gives Onvir a hug. She says, "Welcome back, child. It's been too long."
Hello. It's been too long, Trislin.
She says, "I have heard many stories. I wasn't sure if any of them were true. It seems like you've been up to quite a bit."
Unfortunately, it sounds like they might be true then.
And behind her, as usual, Eric comes walking over, gives you a nod, and says, "Onvir, it's good to see you alive and well."
Yes, Tarek. I assume you've been keeping everyone safe like usual?
He says, "Of course. Always have, always will." And she smiles and says, "So, what brings you back here, Onvir?
It's a combat.
I assume it is not just for a visit."
Unfortunately, no. This might be a conversation best held not outside.
She says, "Oh, well, That's fine. Why don't we go inside and we can find a place to speak?
Yes. I think, yes.
Alright.
He would just kind of follow her.
So you head inside. Give me one moment. Entering the familiar cathedral that you have been in many times before, though some of you may not have been here.
Onvig has a bit of a shake down his spine as he remembers last time he was here, he was dead.
Is it supposed to be dark?
Currently, yeah.
I think this is the map I made.
Yeah, so the place is lit up. Looks like the first area, at least, is some kind of eating hall. You would see a kind of a large open area. There's a statue looming to the west, and a bunch of tables which would currently be set for breakfast. Some people sitting at them kind of waiting for breakfast to be served. Trislin says, I suppose we could speak in the library.
Yes,
She'll
that should
kinda
work.
lead you over this way.
Also, just for Robert, except for like hired mercenaries and things, every single devoted person you see would be some variation of elf.
Elf? That's crazy.
Some variation. There would be a large majority of dark elves here, actually.
So,
Well, no,
you
maybe
enter
not a
the-
large majority, but more than you would usually see.
It's okay.
You enter
He's
the
from Natural
library.
Plane, everything's new.
She kind of moves over to the north area, kind of away from some of the others who are in the southern part of the library, and would say, "All right, well, what is it, my child?"
Well, we received some information from a fairly reliable person that someone may have may have infiltrated the temple to try and find information about us and our group.
Oh dear. As well, I know we have lots of people visit throughout the year. There are pilgrims and converts and people who are just staying the night and wish a safe place to sleep. We cater to many. Do you have any more information on who these people might be or what they're after?
Well, it seems like they'd be after most likely our location or the location of our new town.
She says, well, I mean, you haven't told me where your new town is. I know the people came through here a while back, and we of course offered them safe passage and lodging. She says, so I'm not sure what a spy could find out from us about your new colony.
Yes, I don't think they'd be able to find much here either, but I'm just worried they might try and mess with the people around here as well.
She says it's
Andre,
possible.
may I speak?
What were you saying, Robert?
No, I'm asking. Robert's asking Andre for permission to speak.
Oh yes, of course you can speak. Just be polite.
He kind of gives you like a grimace, like, okay. Yeah, there's also rumors from the same reliable source that there are assassins out to get us.
Oh dear. She says, well, as I said, I have many come through here, though I can't think of anyone who seemed particularly suspicious.
What about anyone particularly interested in me or my group?
She says, well, no one has come and spoken personally to me. I know when they arrived, there were some questions on who your people were and how long they'd be here, but since they've gone, it hasn't really come up. Still, if there are assassins or spies in the church, I mean, they could just be embedding themselves and waiting for the right opportunity. Sadly,
Yes.
I'm not sure how we root such people out.
Well, there's a couple of ways, but they seem very intrusive and like they'd probably alienate a lot of people if we were to do it.
Hmm.
Like, short of going around casting with every priest available casting Zone of Truth on everybody, I don't think we're going to get a real, like, fast answer, but we wanted to have a look around, see if we could find anything, just to make sure the temple was going to stay safe, mainly.
Yes. Well, you're welcome to look around. I know that most people feel uncomfortable with the use of Zone of Truth, just because it has been abused by some questioners in the past. It caused quite a bit of mistrust among some of the priests.
Yes,
and
that's
clergy
why-
at times.
You
Both-
know,
Yeah, that's
both in our church and in other churches.
That's why I don't want to do it as like the first step. Maybe if we can narrow it down to a few people, then maybe we could just do it with them. But even then, I'm hesitant.
yeah, you know, you can point me towards the new arrivals, and I can stalk them for like a week.
She says, "Well, there's definitely new people who've gotten here within the last few days, but I mean, spies. I mean, they could have come at any time. How long have these people been stalking you? When do you think they? Well, when did this first start? Like, I don't think you told me why you're being spied on or hunted."
I thought we had told her about the girls, had we not?
I don't think you told her much about, like, people hunting you.
Yeah, I can't remember specifically what we've told Trislin before, because I think we've only had 1 or 2 conversations with her. But I would just fill her in, you know, tell her about the girls, tell her about like how there are noble people from the Darok who aren't too happy that we're trying to protect them, and that there are people from all over who wish to utilize these girls' powers.
And you think these people have sent spies here because they know these girls are with you?
Yes, I mean, I'm not exactly subtle about who I worship.
Well, there's also the whole little thing about you betraying my sister.
Yes, that too. I did forget about that, actually. Yes, that's actually more likely the scenario. So,
Or at least in her eyes, you betraying her.
Yeah.
Trislin kind of looks at Voli, then looks at you curiously and says, "Well, whatever may have happened, if she has sent spies and assassins after you, then we have to do what we can to stop them, obviously. You may take liberties and question people here as long as you do not hurt anyone or violate the rules of the church. I would ask you not to use Zone of Truth either, unless you think there's a very good reason to."
I can understand that, Tristan, definitely.
She says, "But otherwise, do what you must. Just maybe don't talk to the people directly about spies or assassins. It might cause unease within the ranks." She says, "Most of our people are people of faith, not warriors. While those trained to fight with the power of the night are formidable, it's not something that all worshippers of Hildar pursue." Harrick will nod and say, "Yes, as Trislin said, for the security of the church and this area, it's best you don't mention those the spies or assassins, especially since we don't know if there are any actually here yet."
Yes, don't worry. We'll we'll keep a low profile to start, but obviously, if things get out of hand, we might need to do some stuff. But we'll try and make sure that doesn't come to.
Well, if you think there's danger, make sure you contact me or one of my warriors, Herrick says. We will assist you however we can. Trislin will nod, her expression softening a bit, and she says, well, it'll just be good to have you visiting for a bit. I'm glad you're home. And she gives you a hug.
Yeah, I'd hug her back and just say, I only wish it was on happier occasions.
Well, given time, maybe. Until then, Hildar watch over us, as he always does. She says, may the night hide you from all dangers, Anvir.
Thank you, Tristan. Oh, Tristan, there is actually one thing I thought you would find extremely fascinating.
Oh?
I went to the Astral Sea.
She says, really?
I saw stars, real stars.
She says, I knew that you might when you were born, but I didn't think you'd see them that way. She says, some of us are old enough to remember the sky. She says, I'm glad you got to see it.
We even found a shrine to Hildar in there.
As well.
That was already there.
She says, the Astral Sea is the everlasting night. It does not surprise me, as it is a place filled with stars and skies, often sunless. She says, but, as I said, take a look around, question who you need to, and see what you can find out. This place is your home, and to the rest of you as well. Feel welcome. And let me know if you need anything.
We will. Thank you, Tristan.
Alright. May the night always hide you from your enemies, she says, as kind of a blessing over all of you.
And hide you too.
Alright, so what do you all want to do?
Robert wants to start stalking people.
Well, most of the people in here are just kind of doing research and speaking with one another. No one looks super suspicious.
Yeah, like mainly the new arrivals, I guess.
So you just kind of, are you going to start just asking around about some of the newer people?
You know what? I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I think we're trying to figure out what the best way to do this is.
Alright. So I guess Aurora, is your sheet all done?
It should be.
Alright.
I believe I copied pretty much damn near anything. Everything.
Alright, well, you guys think about what you want to do. I'll take a quick look at Aurora.
But knowing me, I'm probably missing something or messing up something.
Could we maybe have asked? Could I maybe ask Carrick if he could write down a list of some of the people? Like, could I ask him roughly how many people who are here have been only shown up within the last couple of weeks?
Says, I do have some information on visitations. I assume you just want people who are still here.
Yes, I just want to see which people we should start trying to look into.
He says, and how many weeks out?
How long ago did the whole thing in Revan's Pass happen? Like a month ago now?
I would have to go look.
You can check your journals now.
Oh, it's been a while in real life since.
Oh.
Because we went to Revan's Pass, then we went to Candleholm, and then all the shit in Candleholm opened. Then we had to found Ember, and then we went to the Mind Flayer Temple.
Hold on, Revan.
It's been a while since we've been that first time in Revan's.
1023? No, not 1023. Old. Let's see.
Majority of this group wasn't even here.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, stalking the new people, yay!
All right. That was
Just
around
do
the.
it.
Let's see.
Feels like maybe month and a half.
The past 45 days then.
Looks like you arrived on the 60th of spring.
The like first time.
Yes. And it's
that's what?
currently the
18th of summer.
18th
So
of
like
summer.
19 days ago?
So 48 days ago.
Oh dang, a lot longer than I thought.
Oh, it was close. I said say 45.
So it's been a bit. I mean, you've been doing a lot of traveling, so that's eaten up a lot of time.
Yeah, so I was actually about right. You said what, 48 days? That's about a month and a half.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I would say the last like month and a bit. Like the last 48 days, I would just say that.
And you just want people who are still here, yes?
Yeah, just the people who are still around. I think if they were a spy, they probably wouldn't have left already.
Says, yeah, I can get you those lists. I just need probably a day to compile that information. He says, I can have them for you by tomorrow. I'll get some of our scholars to get the logs, pull them out, and start taking some notes. Anything else you need?
No, I think that will do as a good launching off point, but I'll let you know. Thank you, Harrick.
He nods. So... what do you want to do for this day?
Well, Robert, you're better at this kind of thing than I probably am. Where would you start?
Where would I start? Probably at breakfast. I'm hungry.
Dosha says,
I mean, I mean, we can see who's the odd ones in breakfast and or who's the popular ones.
Dosha would nod. He says, breakfast sounds divine.
That's a
You
good one, Jojo.
We should get some food. And then we can decide from there. Maybe I can go and help some of the people outside. Seems like they are often working the fields. Maybe if I help them with that, I'll get a little bit less dirty looks from the elves.
Don't worry, Dosha. The people around here are usually pretty accommodating to different races. I can't attest to the visitors and the mercenaries, but most of the religious people here shouldn't give you too much stress.
As well, maybe not stress, but I doubt there's much trust. Elves do not take kindly to my people.
I take kindly to you.
We are seen as an abomination by many due to our ancient demonic pacts that many of our elders engaged in.
Oh, there are tons of people that have been shaped by the past of their people. It doesn't mean who they are now.
He says, well, I'd feel more comfortable doing some physical labor. He says, there's not much for me to do inside this church besides get in your way.
Well, if that's what you'd like to do, Dosha, I won't stop you, but never feel like you're a burden around us.
Well, I'm fine with him working, Bolly says, but I would also like to eat some breakfast. No offense, Anvir, but your holy paste is not the most tasty thing in the world.
It's designed to get you through.
Says, yes.
I can definitely agree.
Until you get to some real food. He He says, I'm going to go take a seat at the table. I'll see you all out there. Dosha says, oh, yes, I will join you. And they both go.
I think we'd probably join them.
Alright, so you go out to have breakfast. Sitting down at the table, there are a bunch of acolytes out there with you. Everyone's kind of, people are excited to get some food, and there's also obviously chatter about the Grey Wanderers being here. A couple of people walk up and greet Anvir and shake hands, give him a hug, whatever. People from his past who still live here. You would also see Dosha and Voli happily eating some eggs and other breakfast foods that are much better than holy paste. But as you are eating, I'll say, what's your charisma, Robert?
My charisma, it's
And
6
Anvir,
plus
what's yours?
3.
+2.
Plus 3.
14.
Robert's +3. Alright, so yeah, I mean, people don't really know Robert too well, so not as many people are talking to him. But as you are sitting there, a woman will come over and sit next to you. What would Aurora look like? Are you there, Samuel?
Really? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I
Okay.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello.
Did we lose him?
What the
Sammy,
fuck, Tom?
Oh,
he sounds like he's going robot.
Oh no.
maybe internet issues.
Discord?
I can hear you, sort of. Hello?
Can you hear us?
That's weird.
Yeah, I hear you now. Alright, so what do you look like?
Aurora is a 5-something woman wearing a broad brim hat. It looks like it came out the same front page. She has blue pants going down, and at the very bottom there's like a gold inlane. I forgot what the actual word is. And a white top, the fuck it. Bracelets, earrings, necklaces. She has elven ears and pale skin, green eyes, and she has a white dress which is somewhat pulled up, hanging from her belt-ish, and that's her.
Alright, any obvious symbols, weapons, armor, tattoos?
No, not really. She has a backpack, but that's about it.
No armor on?
Can you say that again?
I said any armor? No leather or anything?
Actually, let me see. Because I'm a dumbass and might have forgot to. I'm a dumbass and forgot to. She has a basic would-be studded leather under the outfit.
Alright, what would Robert look like to her?
Hold on. Robert is an average height human male at 5'10". He weighs about 160 pounds. He has slick back brown hair. His skin's a little tan, and he has obvious weapons around him. A crossbow, a rapier, a dagger. And that's Robert.
All right, so I'll role play Aurora just for a moment to kind of set the
Go ahead.
stage. So she sits there down next to you, and she says, "Excuse me, I saw you with Anvir over there. Are you two friends? Are you part of his group?"
Friends is a strong word,
Is it?
but we are working together, yes.
Oh, so you're colleagues then.
Correct.
I was curious. She says, "My name is Aurora, and well, it's a bit strange, but I know of your group. I've seen you before, but only in visions, in dreams. Given to me by someone who I think you all know, or at least someone he knows."
Robert kind of sighs at the thought of magic, and he just calls over, Anvir! This is in your realm.
So Anvir,
Huh?
you would kind of turn towards Robert, now seeing this strange-looking elf kind of sitting next to him. I assume she'd give you a smile as you approach, and I'll just let you take over from here, Samuel.
Cool. Yeah, I don't even know what, because we didn't discuss what item she had, but I'll let you sort that out. Shit, you were in a good place. Hello again, Onver. Well, sort of again.
I'm sorry, have we met?
Sort of, but not me. My brother, actually. You met him.
Oh?
Because I recognize you and I recognize the. Is Eldrin here? Or in the background? In the scene?
Yeah, he's around the temple.
And the other one, I'm not sure where he is. Eldrin, I believe his name was. The others I do not recognize, but I'm assuming they're part of your group.
Yes, sorry, who was your brother again?
Oh, Ashel.
But, what?
I'm guessing he never mentioned me. That
Well,
sounds like.
we only met him for a short period of time.
Yeah, that sounds like him. That math's through and through. So, yeah, I kinda need your help. Maybe, I guess, sort of. Bit confusing. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, this is all very confusing. You're Astral's sister.
Yes, a war.
So, do you come from the same place as him?
The Shadowfell, yes. Don't worry, I'm not. Yeah, how do I put? Yeah, we're from the Shadowfell, same family, same all that, but he's a bounty hunter. Well, we're a bounty hunter. I'm a, I don't know, thief.
Wait, Astral was a bounty hunter? I don't think he ever mentioned that to us.
Really? Yeah, that
I don't
sounds
think-
like.
To be fair, I only knew Astral for like a week before I banished him back to the Shadowfell because he wanted to go back.
Yeah, that sounds like him. I'm guessing he wanted to be banished back to make sure I am safe, for whatever reason. So I'm just gonna lay out all the facts. I'm assuming it's sort of all the facts, but we'll probably have to talk in private later. So I'm what is you would known as a reborn. I got killed and I'm back alive. The visions slash dreams that Reborn all have, sort of like elves' plans. But instead of seeing the past lives, it's more of the unknown. For me, that came in his visions. He gave me visions of, well, you all. And I do not know why.
Sorry, Astral gave you visions.
We're both psionic users. He was much more powerful than I am. I'm a better thief.
Sorry, this has all thrown me very much for a loop.
It is for me too.
So, to catch Robert up, because I guess Nasira as well. I think Nasira wasn't there for that, wasn't she? I think she was still Otto at the time.
She was still autoed, yes.
Yes, Nasira would, Miri would know, but for Robert, Astral was an elf we met a long time ago who helped us out when we first were dealing with helping Dosha and his people.
Okay.
Long time. A decent while ago now.
Yeah, he came through your portal probably about 180, maybe more, probably more days ago. It gets confusing, dying, rebirthing. Timeline gets confusing, especially around then.
Also, have I ever heard of a reborn before?
That would probably be a religion check.
I hope you're good at these.
Not as good as you'd think, because it is an intelligence stat.
Oh, it is?
Makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah, makes sense.
You don't know too much, just that some people, for different reasons, come back from the brink when they die. Almost like resurrection, but done through some other being other than like a priest or a normal individual. Reborn or not exactly human, kind of stuck in between two sides, both life and death. And they're a little bit strange, a little bit connected to, more connected to the lines of fate and just the places of death and life. Like I said, kind of balancing between the two sides. Definitely never met one.
Yeah, I assumed it would be rare.
Yeah, most people I kill tend to stay dead.
Isn't that true?
So,
Well, you say that actually. I was dead once.
So Dosha kind of walks over with a mouthful of eggs and says, I am very full, my friends. I think I'm going to, Oh, who's this?
Dosha, you're not going to believe this. Please introduce yourself.
Seen
Hi.
some strange things.
Did Astral ever met... Astral and Dosha met, right?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
with the group when they
Okay.
were there.
Hi, she reaches out a hand to Dosha and say, Hi, my name is Aurora. I'm Astral's sister.
Which is Astral. Wait, isn't that elf that you banished?
Yes.
The Shanghai one, yes.
Oh, well, it is good to meet you, Aurora. I didn't know your brother very well. He was a peculiar sort, but he
Yeah.
seemed nice enough.
Well, apparently he trusted you all a lot more than whatever's in the Shadowville hunting me.
Something hunts you?
Yes, it's the reason why he's dead. I got reborn
Oh.
and
Wait,
killed.
Astral's dead?
Oh, my mistake. Did I not mention that?
No, very much not.
Well, I'm
That's-
sorry to hear of his passing. He seemed like a decent person.
That dumb idiot was. But DM, we discussed it, but never what the actual item itself was. About what Asher would give award to give to them.
That's up to you. You can come up with something if you want.
Okay. And the other one was, does Aurora know how she got to the promontory point, or come up with that as well?
That was very much going to be my next question. So
I would assume you woke up here. Like when you came back from the other side, you were already on this plane,
Okay.
kind of within the caves. And then you kind of made your way to places where you had last heard that the Grey Wanderers were.
So the thing that's onto me, I have no fucking idea what it is.
How do you know
Zero-
something hunts you then?
Because I would still be on the Shadowfield and my brother would be alive. But, to the point that I think, now this is a big think, he wanted me to find you all. Why? Because he apparently trusts you a lot more than everything in the Shadowfield to protect me.
To be fair, from what he told us about the Shadowfell, that's probably a smart idea.
Yes, he also gave me... Oh fuck, what did I come up with? Oh fuck it, what's making it mysterious? Aurora reaches into one of her pockets. Oh, by the way, I have pockets. And pulls out a
Drax has
small...
pockets.
I had to do a joke. Pulls out a small orb and sets it in front of you, Onvir, and says, "That is a silver orb that I have not been able to open. I have no idea what it is, but he wanted me to pay you with it for protecting me."
Oh, that is pretty, Tosha says.
Yes, and I have no idea what it is.
As well, I'm sure
Besides-
the Grey Wanderers, to honor your brother's help to us, would be happy to help you. Yes, Anvir? Robert?
Yes, of course.
I don't know her brother, so not really.
Robert just Robert is glaring at you.
Okay.
Tosha gives
Okay.
you a look. He says,
Okay,
you don't like helping people much, do you?
I feel like every time Robert's about to talk, Onvia starts immediately glaring at him before he's even started.
Aurora puts, since Robin and her are on the same side, puts a hand on his shoulder and say, "Don't worry, he was a douche. A good douche, but a douche. And a dumbass sometimes."
You know, I like this one. You know-
Sounds like someone I know, Dosha says under his breath. Which Robert hears with his passive perception.
Robert kind of like, yeah, true.
Actually, everyone hears. This is like the passive perception party.
Yes. Especially me and Onivir.
There's no point in whispering. Everyone just hears everything.
Gotta roll that sneak check.
Well, it is
Right.
it is good to meet you, Aurora. As I said, your brother was very helpful to me in a dark time, and probably saved us from a very dangerous group of drow elves. So, if we can
Son.
honor his sacrifice, we will. I don't want to speak for Anvir, of course, but I know I wish to help if I can.
Yes, of course I want to help. Sorry, I'm also typing the journal at the same time.
Foley says, he was kind of listening off to the side. He'd say, well, It's all well and good. Shouldn't we know more about what this thing is that's hunting her before we agree to protect her from it?
You know, I would be able to tell you more about that, but I have no fucking idea. All the memories of that time gone, pretty much.
This is, of course, you don't. That would make things too easy.
Yes, it would. The last thing I remember before waking up here is taking a deal to steal something from someone.
Dosha says, it's not like we don't have our fill of party members who bring trouble to the group. And he shoots an eye over at Voley. Voley says, no, Dosha, you are a pain in my ass sometimes. I'm going to finish my breakfast. He goes back to his tea.
Have fun.
Tea and crumpets.
Sips it with the pinky upstretched.
So, what are you doing here? I see. I found word of you being here, but why? I have no idea.
I mean, this is my temple that I worship and live in.
Yes, but I can
You got
see
a point, you know.
I can see on your face. There's another reason for here.
I don't know about that.
It's right with all of you, and especially him, pointing at Robert.
But if anything, he's better at lying than I am.
True.
Yeah, Aurora doesn't have the best, I guess she has a decent insight. Doesn't have a good investigation. So, give me a deception check. I guess, Anvir. Alright.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Unveer, if I'm honest.
Yeah, my rollers I can roll for insight if I do roll it would be 18.
So, you have a feeling he's not telling you everything. Not that he's lying necessarily, he's just not telling you the full truth.
Lying
I
by
have
omission.
secrets. You have secrets. Fine. But yeah.
To be fair, we have met you for a whole of 5 minutes. I'm not going to spill all of our plans to you.
That's a very good point.
Yes.
Very good point.
For now, do not worry. Our business is our own, but perhaps you can travel with us and earn our trust, earn our trust over time.
I would expect nothing less now.
Alright, well, as I said on Veer, I'm going to go out and help with the farming. Come get me if you need anything. It was lovely to meet you, Aurora. And he gives you a polite bow.
Good one. Have fun with the ads.
Alright, so he goes out. Why don't we do a break? Do a 10-minute break. Did you put that silver orb in your inventory, Anvir?
I hadn't yet. No, I wasn't sure 100% what we were doing with it yet. But I can do that.
Alright, so yeah, just make sure you record that. And
Yeah, I pulled that out of my ass.
We'll be back in 10.
Calling it Astral Silver Orb.
Yes, I pulled it. The DM said you can decide. I pulled that out of my ass. I couldn't think of any information that I could give you that would be worth it.
Well, yeah. I'm thinking after the break I will look on to this orb a bit more, but I don't know if Lou even knows what it's going to do yet.
No, I don't even. I think he probably has some idea of being a DM, but still.
Because I still have
The note.
what's it called? Legend Lore.
You do.
I have that. I've had that prepared since we have found Nasira's cursed ass fucking dagger, but I haven't been able to use it.
Now you can use it on a item I asked pulled.
Here's the thing I love about legend lore is its description, because it is so random. Like it says here, name a person or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to mind a brief summary of the significant lore. Wait, I could do this on anything I name?
Yes.
I thought I needed to touch it!
Though I'm curious of how that would work for someone like Aurora, and see if he
What?
can see the missing memories.
Well, here's the funny thing, right? This is the example it gives of the kind of lore you might get. For example, if you have a mysterious magic axe on hand, the spell might yield this information. Woe to the evil dealer whose hand touches the axe, for even the haft slices the hand of evil ones. Only a true child of stone, lover, and beloved of Moradin may awaken the true powers of the axe, and only with the sacred word Rugnog on the lips.
I don't know if that's worse or better than the Paladin thing, Paladin Divine Sense, where it says, you may not know the creature but not the name. For example, whatever that name is from the vampire one. Because that just spoils the entire campaign there.
Oh, you mean, Strahd?
Yeah, in Paladin's Divine Sense, it says you may know the type of creature but not how many or where, or the name. For example, Strahd.
Yeah, small spoiler there, but I think it's because he's so integrated into the lore at this point.
Yeah, but as a person who's never played, that would be a spoiler. But whatever. So, this is not how I imagine Aurora being introduced, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I think they changed the Divine Sense in the 5e, in the new version. It's better now.
They did. Much better.
Yeah, it like lasts a minute now instead of like an round.
Yeah. Roll 20.
Which was the stupidest thing. Like, I can detect if there isn't these creatures around for one round.
Yes, you might as well go play Ranger at that point.
The worst spell in D&D, in my personal opinion, is still Find Traps.
Yeah, that's outdue by one of the most popular subclasses in everything.
Yeah, like, well, it's not even that. Do you know how the spell works? Like, how it completely functions?
I'm assuming traps are highlighted.
It lets you know if there are traps within the area.
Oh, that's
you,
just it?
That's it. Doesn't tell you the number. It doesn't tell you the location. Doesn't tell you the type of trap. It tells you, yes, there is a trap nearby.
So sort of like Divine Sense, in that case.
A little bit, but like Divine Sense, you still learn some information about the creature.
Well, this is just... Is there traps? Oh wait, perception check.
Yeah, because your Divine Sense, as an action, you open your awareness until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Yeah.
This just goes... This spell is effectively yes, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you get a yes, there could be one trap within 30 feet of you, or there could be 300 traps within 30 feet of you. You don't
You
know.
know, I think it would still be better if you knew how many. If they
Yeah,
want to
it
make it that bad.
Doesn't tell you location or number.
Now, I understand the location part, because that just upsets everything, but at least the number would
Does
be
it
nice.
really upset anything when you can do the same thing with a perception check, and that's a second level spell?
A perception check is a second level spell.
No, I'm saying you can do the same thing as find traps with a good perception check,
Oh,
and this is a second level spell. 120 feet is the radius as well. So they
Yeah,
could be trapped so far away from you that you're detecting.
Yeah, no. Even if it was a shorter range, still be better than it is. Oh god. Oh, I do want to make it obvious because it's gonna come up at some point. Aurora is also soul knife, same as the brothers.
So you're just a higher level version of Astral, effectively.
Pretty much.
Which is weird because your character literally just said, "I'm not as as good as Astral," even though
Yes. The way I see it is,
Astral gained a lot of levels in the in the Shadowfell.
yes, Astral was a better psionics user, but Aurora was a better thief.
Yeah.
So a better rogue, pretty much. Even though she has more levels than him. But he apparently switched to XP, killed a fucking Tarrasque, gained like 20 levels.
Yeah, I just like that they fixed the Psi Knife so you can actually do opportunity attacks and shit now.
Yes, I very much enjoy that, along with the range increase.
Because before it was only the attack action and the bonus action.
Yeah, at that point I still wouldn't use. That's why I never went for opportunity attacks.
What are the Psi Knives have a weapon property, don't they? They have Vex, but I don't think you have weapon mastery as a rogue, do you?
You get weapon mastery, but
You only get like 1, right?
2.
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
I guess you just don't get more as you level up, where fighters do, I think.
Yeah, it is fighters. They also get more feats.
Yeah.
Though the one thing I find funny is my sleight of hand roll at minimum equals your perception. Because of reliable count.
Yeah, reliable talent is stupid. Wait, do the new rogues have reliable talent?
Yes, they moved it down to 7 from 11.
Yeah, no, so not only did they keep the stupidest ability rogues have, they lowered the level you need to get it.
Yes, my rolls I can roll on sleight of hand and stealth equals your perception. And that's the minimum. It can still go higher. So
Technically,
basically,
the highest perception I can do is 30. It just looks higher than that.
yeah, so basically right now you're not gonna be able to see any sleight of hand or stealth warders. And
I
where
don't know,
she
it's
rolled 5.
It depends on who's meeting to beat it.
Yeah, at minimum.
Because meets it beats it.
But at minimum, 25 equals your perception. 26 probably beats it. Definitely beats it.
Well, that's my passive. You gotta remember, I have a plus 10 and advantage.
Yes, I know. Oh,
So if
God,
I rolled one, if I roll one right now, 24.
But I also know that you probably don't want to also update to 2024 as that will fuck up Observant.
I don't use Observant.
Well, if you do, Observant no longer gains +5.
If I had modern day Observant and expertise, I'd have a 35 passive.
Modern day as in 2014 rules? Or 5?
Sorry, old, I should say. Old rules.
Yeah, because 5.5 Observant has been nerfed.
I don't think it's been nerfed per se.
It doesn't have the +5 anymore. Which was the main use people used of it. But yeah. So,
People liked being able to read lips. Let's not lie about that.
yeah, you're right. Oh. Well, I just used my nat 20 of the session. When they rolled, it didn't matter.
Yeah, the new one is you get but you can get expertise in perception using observant now.
Which isn't bad, I feel. Another class that
Well,
never
it also increases your intelligence or wisdom by 1, which I think it already did.
it already did.
But this lets you choose wisdom, insight, or perception. You gain proficiency if you don't already have it, but if you do, you gain expertise, and you can do the search action as a bonus action.
Both nerfed and buffed at the same time.
Okay, but who the heck actually uses the search action?
Especially in combat.
Well,
Right.
they've like heavily designated what those things actually imply. So search action is like very specifically spelled out on what that means.
Oh, that poor nat 20 dude, totally.
Yeah, I know.
So like, if you want to look for somebody who's stealthed, you need to use the search action.
No, where's my... Yeah, no, you're not finding me. I can fucking go invisible. Pretty much. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. War is pretty much a high level actual. Except for new battle and new race.
My sleight of hand's only plus 10.
Oh, so I have a better sleight of hand than you. Okay.
Yeah, but I am a fighter.
Shit, that's good for a fighter.
Oh, my
You have to
big
be a
sister,
best
so-
one then.
Yeah, I'm like who in the right mind plays a strength fighter when Dex is a superior stat?
Me. I played LJ as String Fighter.
Boo.
Yeah, so here it
is.
Search. I just found it. Search action. When you take the search action, you make a wisdom check to discern something that isn't obvious. The search table suggests which skills are applicable, so you can do creature's state of mind, creature's alignment or cause of death, concealed creature or object, or tracks or food. So if you want to do any of that stuff, it's the search action. Yeah.
It's Robert 2024 fighter.
Yeah, Lou made him swap because of sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Because new sharpshooter is nowhere near as powerful.
Sharpshooter busted.
New sharpshooter is just the differences are pretty much like you don't get the bonus damage, you don't get disadvantage for being within 5 feet now, and it's an ASI. Or a
Yeah,
half ASI.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's why my charisma increased by +1, and my intelligence decreased by 1.
Yeah. Rip sharpshooter. Was
They
great weapon.
did the same thing. Yeah. I think Great Weapon Master is now just like you can add your proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
I gotta look it up real quick.
yeah.
Was it
They
great
made,
weapon master?
I'm getting it.
You can use the weapon to deal extra damage to target. Extra damage equals your proficiency bonus.
that made sense.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it's still got the same thing where if you score a critical or kill somebody, you can then make another attack as a bonus action.
Yeah. Yeah, 2014 sharpshooter was kind of busted.
But new Great Weapon Master also lets you increase your strength by 1.
Ooh, not bad.
Yeah, I think a good balance for sharpshooter would have been like subtract your proficiency modifier, deal double your proficiency modifier.
Like,
Extra.
it's still not bad. Like, looking at it,
It's not bad,
get-
but it's,
I get why they didn't do the same thing for Sharpshooter. They're trying to make Sharpshooter not as... They're trying to make
We're trying to make
range
strength
the
fighters.
best. Yeah, they're trying to make it that the logical
Alright.
choice is logical. If you're ranged, then that's safety. You shouldn't be dealing
Yeah.
with damage.
Alright.
Hey, tell that to the English longswordman.
Well, games in real life are different. Obviously, a gun does more damage than a sword.
Well, it depends on the caliber.
yeah.
It depends.
If you ask if I'd rather get like shot or hit by a sword, I'd probably rather get probably hit by a sword.
Well, here's the problem with that, actually, that people don't consider, is a bullet is so hot going through you that 9 times out of 10 it will cauterize the wound.
Yeah, unless it hits your internal organs.
That's true. It very much depends on where you're being hit. Like, if I'm just getting hit in the arm, I'd probably be rather shot.
Yeah, honestly, same.
Like, you could, if you get shot in the heart, that's it, you're done.
You get stabbed.
You
in
get
the heart.
shot. Well, no, you have your rib cage. I mean, yeah, if you take multiple hacks from a sword, it's probably going to kill you, but, I mean, your, like, bones can somewhat protect you from, at least, like,
Right.
outright dying.
It depends on how the.
It
sword
takes a
goes
lot
with-
more, well, and also a sword takes more training to be able to use effectively. Like,
True.
yeah, if someone was trained with a sword, like, yeah, they could probably kill you pretty quickly. But some idiot with a gun could accidentally, like, shoot you and you just die.
Yeah.
Like,
There's definitely a higher level of learning curve, but, like,
yeah, like some guy here, while he was cleaning out his firearm, it discharged and killed him.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
happened like a week ago.
you get shot in the leg, you might very well just bleed out. Like,
oh god, yeah.
like it's very easy to die from a bullet wound. Like,
Yeah, again, that's why I said it would depend on the caliber for me. Like, if I'm getting shot by a 22, go for it. Any day of the week, I'll take a 22 over getting stabbed.
Alright, come on over. I mean, what? In-game.
It depends on the type of bullet. But anyway, let's get back to it, because we don't have too much time. So yeah, what does the group want to do as breakfast is ending? You've
We're
met
gonna
this,
stalk the new guys.
Well, we're still waiting on the list of new guys.
yeah, tomorrow he said he'd have the list.
Well, then I'm gonna go stalk random people.
Alright, just random people.
Yes.
Have a good one. Whatever you're doing.
Alright, what is, I guess, are you just watching people?
Yes.
Okay, what's Anvir doing today?
I was going to fiddle around with this orb Astral, from Astral, see if there was anything significant about it.
Alright, so, like, what, just look at it?
I was going to look at it, and then I was going to maybe ask Eldwin in the background to do anything, like, help me look at it.
Pop it.
Because I got better perception, but he is the investigation master.
He also has Identify, I think.
Yeah, that was also part of it.
Alright.
I also have Legend Lore if he couldn't find anything out.
So he, yeah, you bring it to him. He would use Identify and say, this isn't magical, as far as I could tell. Or if it is, its aura is being masked by something. Which, I mean, wouldn't surprise me if the guy, you said this guy, I guess Eldwin was there too. He would say Astral did seem like some kind of assassin, right? And I guess he was a bounty hunter, according to his sister. So I don't know.
Correct.
This might be some kind of mysterious item. But yeah, I'm not getting any readings of magic on it, which is odd because it does seem a bit peculiar. He says, I don't recommend breaking it open. Yeah, I don't know. Legend lore,
Alright.
some research, but yeah, I don't know.
I might actually do some legend lore.
He says
Legend
it's
lore.
kind of an expensive spell. I don't know if it's doesn't it have a pretty expensive ingredient that you have to use to do it.
No, it's 4 strips of ivory, which I just need to have. It doesn't consume, and then it's 250 gold's worth of incense.
Oh well, yeah, that's the expensive part. He says.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Although I
we
can
have the
use-
components.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can use religious components, which I have 1,500 of.
He
Why-
shrugs. Says, well, maybe We could also find answers in the library. He says, why don't I do that?
Yes.
I'm not working on anything anyway. I can go take it to the library and see if I can find anything before you use your spell.
That's fair.
So
Yeah,
he's going to work on that.
yeah, I have no idea what it is. It could be hollow, it could not be. I was just told to give it to you. Well, told and wrote.
So Robert, well, you're not there right now, Aurora. This is off to the side. But Robert, I guess give me perception if you're just kind of stalking and watching people.
Sure. Perception. 20.
Alright, so, I mean, you see a couple of different types of people here. Mostly it's priests and farmers, laborers as well. But you're not really seeing much in the way of suspicious activity. You do learn that there are some pilgrims here, visitors who are staying temporarily. Some of them are passing through quicker, others are staying a little bit longer. You're not sure who the new initiates are or anything like that, because obviously you don't have the list, but you do find out that there are some kind of guest houses that are built nearby that a lot of the people kind of coming through stay at. Some of them pay tithe to stay, others are just allowed to stay for free, kind of depending on what everyone's wealth level is.
Perfect. That's where Robert stalks people coming in and out of the guest house.
Alright, which actually is where Aurora is kind of staying right now. So you would see her at one point kind of give you a nod as she walks past going in there. What are you doing today, Aurora?
Yeah, she would not have much to do. She would just in the cafeteria to find them. She was just saying what's up.
Alright, so just kind of be around.
Be around. See what stuff she can get up to.
Alright, so you go back to your room in some of the temporary housing areas. As you are walking through the dormitory, a familiar face will say, Aurora, hello. It's Osep. He says, I was curious, where are you heading after this? I know that you said you were looking to find the Grey Wanderers, but yeah, I was just wondering, where you think you are going to look next. So Osep is one of the people who you were traveling with. Him and actually several other people you were talking to, you were asking about kind of where to find the Grey Wanderers. And his group kind of gave you the information that this might be the last place that they were.
Yes, fun fact, they're here.
He says, really? You found them?
Oh, yeah, I just sort of stumbled upon them, I guess.
He says, oh, well, that's great news. I know how much you had been looking for them. So, yeah, I'm glad you were able to locate them. Makes your job, or makes your travels a little bit easier, doesn't it?
It does now.
He says, well, have they agreed to help you out?
I think they're still deciding on that, or, well, the orb, I think they're analyzing that.
I see. He says, well, I hope they decide to let you go with them. I know how much you were looking to make this work out. He says, do you have any idea where you and your friends are headed after this?
No?
He says, well,
No idea.
wherever it is, like I said, I hope things work out for you. He says, I'll be around, so if you all are staying for a bit, I would love to maybe catch up with some breakfast before you head off with them.
Well, yeah, around here. I'll have fun, Ostaf.
He says, you as well, Aurora. He smiles and walks away. Alright, so, so I guess the day is passing. Robert, you're kind of keeping an eye on the dormitory area. You don't see much other than people kind of coming and going. It's hard to know much about, what everyone's doing here. But nothing hits you as extremely suspicious because, you're not really sure what you're looking for. So the day passes without much activity. I forget, were you doing something, Anvir? Just waiting?
I think I was just more or less waiting.
At the end of the day, you would get basically the papers you asked for. Tristan would bring them into where you're staying. Not Tristan, Harrick would bring them
Harrick.
to where you're staying and say, there's not too many people. There's some newer ones who are, moving through. We do have some acolytes who've been here in the last, in the time period you gave me. You see there's about 20 people on the list there. He says those are the ones still here. There have been many others, but most of them have come and gone. So hopefully this helps.
It's at least a place to start from, which was better than where we were.
Well, good luck. And again, let me know if you need anything.
Thank
He
you, Harrick.
says, and just make sure you say goodbye to Trislan before you leave. I know she misses you quite a bit.
Oh, and I miss her too, don't worry. I wouldn't dream of leaving without saying goodbye.
Alright. So, I'll say, Robert, you kind of finish your watch over the dormitories. And as you are headed back, a figure walks up to you, appears to be a drow. He would say, "Hail, friend. I've noticed you outside the building most of the day, just kind of watching. I was curious, are you looking for something?"
Robert kind of just stares at this guy. Is he like a priest? A pilgrim? What is he? What's he wearing?
This drow is wearing white robes. He doesn't have any Hildar symbols on him, so you would guess he is probably some kind of traveler. He doesn't seem to be a priest. Possibly a farmer or a laborer, but you're not sure. He says, "Oh, my apologies. It's a bit rude of me. My name is Coven." He gives you a
Coven.
polite bow.
He's 19.
He is 19?
I'm being a dick COVID because of COVID.
He looks
19.
more like
Oh
he's,
my god!
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I just got it. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
COVID-19.
Oh my god.
No, he looks more like he is in his, early 20s. He says, and what's your name?
My name's Robert.
He says,
Yeah.
Robert. Well met, Robert. I noticed you are quite well armed. Though not a guard, or at least, not one I've seen.
Just looking over our new companion, Aurora.
Oh, yes, I believe that is the Shadow Elf, right?
I believe so. She looks like an elf to me. I don't know what the difference is.
Yes, I don't know too much about her, but she was traveling with us. The last caravan that came in. I myself am fairly new to the area, but yeah, I know her a bit. Is she a friend of yours?
Just met. She says that she's looking for some protection. As you can see, I'm well armed.
Yes, you look like you would be the protection type. He laughs. As well, I'm just curious why you've been kind of watching the dormitories all day. was hoping nothing I should be concerned about.
None at all.
It was all right. Well, don't let me distract you then, Robert. I'll get out of your hair, but it's good to meet you, and good to meet a, well, I guess protector of Aurora. I hope you're able to help her with whatever she needs.
We'll see where it leads.
And he would once again give you a polite bow and kind of walk back toward the dormitories.
He walks towards the same dormitories.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he's also staying there.
Yeah. Alright, I just briefly watch him go inside
All
and
right.
then go back to the group.
Alright, so yeah, you kind of meet up at the end of the day. I'll say, like, maybe have dinner in, I'll say, Anvir, one of Anvir's, like, old rooms. Maybe one of the dormitory rooms that's not being used right now.
Am I also there or still no?
Would Aurora be invited at this point? Would you invite her to come to, like, where the party's staying? So I'll say, like, maybe because of, obviously, Anvir is more well known. He was invited to stay in the actual church dorms rather than the pilgrim dorms. Would you invite Aurora to stay there with you? With the rest of your group?
I'm unsure, but I probably would.
Alright, so we'll say Aurora is there then. Maybe like you had one of the priests go get her and she brought her stuff up to the, basically kind of the upstairs area of the church. This would be above the cathedral is where the dorms are, where the priests
What
live.
little something has.
Yeah. So Dosha seems very tired. He says, it's been a while since I've done any type of farming. I forgot how much work it can be. Slinking in the shadows is much less physically demanding.
Here's that one.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. You startled me. I didn't even know you were here. Dosha
hi.
says,
I've been in the shadows.
apparently, I should keep a better eye out. Well, good night, my friends. Or at least I'll be laying down for whatever discussions you have. And Dosha's just on the bed.
Is he like a dad that just falls asleep within 5 seconds, already snoring?
No,
He
he's just kind of laying there. He's more tired than sleepy, like worn out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I like to imagine Dosha sleeps like a cartoon character, like cartoon dog, where it's just like.
Yes.
Yeah, he sleeps like a
should-
dog.
Yeah.
Loli would say, so any luck?
Oh yeah. So there are, I suppose, some trust should be laid down if you're going to be traveling with us. So I suppose we should tell you what we're actually here for.
So soon, Henri?
Well, she's not going to be able to exactly help us if we don't tell her what she's doing.
With your temple.
What did you say, sorry?
It's your temple.
But yes, there is someone. We have enemies. We have it on good authority that they may have tried to infiltrate my temple.
Oh. Should have saw that one coming.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you heard how much trouble we made with Astral alone, and we've only been in more since.
Oh god, don't remind me.
But yes, so we've come to try and root out that spy just to make sure the temple doesn't get caught in the crossfire of us.
And do you think it's someone inside the temple or someone new?
We believe, based on our information, it's a more recent.
Oh, speaking of information, did you get that list?
Yes, actually, that's why I thought it would be best to tell her, because I got the list.
Perfect. Can you check for a Coven?
Is he on the list?
No?
Yeah, Coven is one of the people on the list of people who got here recently. Aurora's name is also on that list. and a bunch of other names. Are you showing Aurora the list?
I would show Aurora the list, yes.
Alright, so you would recognize Osep. His name is there. And, you know of Coven. You spoke to him briefly during the travel through the caves. You probably don't know many of the other names on there. But yeah, there's a bunch.
Okay, so is this potential spies or new people coming in?
Both. This is all the people who, since we did what we did, have shown up.
Because I recognize that one. That's the one you. Never mind, you didn't tell me that. That's Coven, the elf. That's Osip. I don't know too much about him.
Yes,
If,
last time I checked, like 90% of the people here are elves.
It is a temple to an elven deity.
Okay, yeah, you have a point there.
I resemble that remark.
Sorry.
Resemble that remark?
Voley would say, smiling from his bed.
I now know there is a spy, and know from the two names I know about this. So, am I able to do some kind of check to see if what I can recall about them and tell them? Would that
I guess, maybe intelligence?
be just straight intelligence?
See what you remember about your interactions.
Oh, that's gonna be bad. Oh,
Could be worse.
True. Could have been a 0.
So, I mean, you talked to some of these people as you were traveling through the caves, mostly asking questions about the Grey Wanderers. Actually, some of them, like Osep and some of his people, are actually the ones who told you that the Grey Wanderers might be at this temple, which is why you came here in the first place. But you don't remember anything that they did that would make you think they're spies. Like,
so
on your travels, you spoke to a few people, but yeah, nothing hit you as suspicious.
So we were mainly traveling buddies, but the only thing that really stands out, if you will, if you want to count for a spy, is they knew your location. Or this is your last location, is what they told me, which is why I'm now here.
Do you know where they were coming from at all?
DM?
You guys were coming from the north, which was... Gotta look at my map.
We were coming from the north. There was, what was the town? One place.
Well, I was more confirming that he hadn't come from Revens or something.
I don't know, but the DM self figure it out.
But if it's from the north, then probably not.
They had actually come from Highguard. The city, or the town that was north of Candleholm.
Did I meet them at Highguard or on the road?
Yeah, so you actually kind of woke up in Highguard, I think.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
you had been traveling around through some of the northern, or the communities north of here, and the last place you went was Highguard, which is where you were before you came here. And you have been traveling with these people since you came from the northern territories.
Let's see. They came from Highguard. That's where I last was before we ended up here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too far away from our old settlement.
Well, it was one of the neighboring towns around Candle. Apparently, it was not destroyed by the attack. Not like Candle. Last Light still had some people stay there as well. But yeah, Candle was completely abandoned.
But If you really do want me to, I can go invisible and spy on them.
I am not sure yet.
What about that vampire, Voley says? Didn't we send her here to do something? Or was that somewhere else?
No. I think she's still technically with the ship because she volunteered, but Nasira didn't want to send her. That's
No,
when
you say cloud.
we made the all emotional support vampire joke.
Did you
Oh,
say
really?
the ship out,
You
or
didn't
have
give
that
her a
entire?
project?
No, I don't think we've given her a project yet because Nasira just kind of wanted to be able to spend time with her.
Yeah.
That's Atala, I think. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
she's not doing anything right now. She's just with the. Is she with the ship or is she somewhere else? I guess I could check. I have my thing here.
It'd probably be the ship, right? 'Cause they need
I would
time.
assume the ship. She's probably with Soul.
I have her as
protecting the
being with
bells.
the camp.
Oh, so she might be traveling with us then, but she probably wouldn't want to come into the temple because I imagine this place is very hallowed.
Well, do you have your camp following you right now?
Well, Dosha and Volley's with us, I guess.
Yeah,
But they're not our camp.
Yeah, they are not with the camp. Actually, your camp is. She's the only NPC with it right now. We could say it's following you. That's fine. Your camp can kind of be wherever you want. If you want to leave it somewhere, or if you just have it kind of passively following. So we'll say like, yeah, the camp is just somewhere in the area, maybe outside.
Yeah.
Unless you want them inside, they're outside in the caves.
Did you and Bowie have that conversation about the ship out loud?
Oh,
Well, I
Voley
think
said
this
it
is
out
of-
loud.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. He asked where she was. Spoke about the ship.
A ship? Like a boat?
We'll explain when we get to that bridge.
Says this one asks
Okay.
a lot of questions.
Hey, that's my entire personality at this point.
Says, well, in any case, I was also looking around a bit. Not that I want to, be working on this too much, but I did hear a little bit about a bunch of pilgrim groups passing through in the last few days. Some came and went, others are still here. I heard of one that actually went south, well, several that went south of here towards Revan's Pass. And there was some talk of a new settlement that needed help, Ember, which I assume they were referring to our settlement. I don't know if any of those people actually went looking for Ember, which would be very dangerous at this point. But if those did contain the spies, that could be a problem.
Now, from what you're saying, sounds like the spies are still here. Because this would be the best source of information.
Says maybe. I'm just saying that we may have people from here that went to look for Wandering Ember. Which could include spies, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Says anyway, I just thought I should mention what I did today while some of us were farming. Dosha gives him a dirty look.
I stocked out the dormitories. Nothing really of note, except for this Coven fellow who wanted to know what I was up to.
So you're the person I saw outside.
Well,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wasn't high. I wasn't being
Hey, you walked right past
subtle
him.
about it. Yeah, I wasn't being subtle about it.
Oh shit, you were?
I
Oh,
wasn't.
okay, my memory's more fractured than I thought.
I of course lied to him.
Well, what do we do with this list of names, Anvir? Foley says.
I'm not very good at espionage things. I'm not 100% sure.
He says, I am okay at it. I wouldn't say I'm a master, but I could question some people, see what I could find out. Again, though, it's not my specialty. Maybe we should go to camp and get our vampire. Because I know
Okay.
Atala is very good with that sort of thing.
Question: how likely is it that this land is hallowed ground?
The church.
Wouldn't
I
you-
mean, it's like holy ground, but it's not hallowed. It's not like magically
Yeah.
enchanted or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how that.
At least as far as you know.
Laura's here, so
I mean, you don't think she would be able to go into the church anyway, unless someone invited her in, and even then she might not want to go in. But she could probably go to
Yeah.
the dormitories.
Yeah, maybe let's get a Tyler then. She's
Uh,
better at this kind of stuff.
I think out of all of us, she's probably the best.
oh, I have a quick question of you.
You know, if you wanted
What?
someone to seduce all the ladies, we could have Robert do it. Maybe myself. But
I mean, I think Atala could do that too.
damn it, you're right. She probably could. That woman
What
will
the-
outdo us all in every way.
I'm just kind of pointing to the Cyril.
What the fuck have you have in your? Oh, okay.
Again, too many questions. He says, kind of balancing a dagger on his finger.
To be fair, Voli, I think you would want to ask questions if you were hearing this all for the first time.
You obviously don't know the circles I frequent. He gives you a wink.
Sorry, how many times did you learn to ask how to fly the ship?
He says-
wait. Fly? What?
Says that's not. Oh, that. Never mind.
I'm assuming that. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
that's
we're putting
different,
the
Henri.
fly-
That's learning how to do
I
something.
know, I'm
This
just
is
being...
all learning things.
I'm assuming we're putting fly under the ship under that bridge.
I should have probably said drive. Drive would be the better term.
Don't worry
yeah, no,
about
I'm the flyer here.
Don't worry about
I'm-
the ship, Foley says. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you're the new blood.
I mean, I do have new blood. I am a reborn.
He says,
Oh.
and you also are new to the group. You'll find out things when we reveal them. Do not push it.
I ran my own group of thieves. Yes, I understand how that works. But I'm just hearing this for the first time. Bit
Sorry,
confused.
ran your own group?
Yeah,
I like this one, Henri.
I ran thieves. We-
I'm...
Go thieving. Do you not have a band of thieves?
I'm working on that.
I just point to Robert and Voli.
Again,
Robert, I
I,
believe
again,
this-
I resemble that remark, he says, giving you a wink.
I am up for whatever you have, friend Robert. That sounds fucking interesting.
He says, although, a guild of thieves might be useful. Maybe in our new town. Ember could use
Like-
a thieves guild.
Like I said, I'm working on it. I'm working on a spy guild.
my
Spy
God.
guild. Nothing in the middle
the
of...
one good.
He says, I feel a spy guild in the middle of nowhere is not going to be of much use.
Well, we're supposed to train them and send them out into the world. Come on.
He says, what do you know about spying? You're a pirate.
All right, and you're a disgraced noble.
He says, well, a little more than that. More of a awesome
Former
disgraced
highwayman?
normal. He says, more of a part-time highwayman. Most of the people I highwayed were, well, they deserved it. I didn't really steal from everyone.
Okay,
You did try and steal from our group.
He says, well, you seem like a bunch of rich assholes, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, look at the shit you're
Okay,
wearing.
some of us.
Yeah, I mean, a man of the cloth, a woman with only a dagger to arm herself with. That looks like an easy target. Let's be real.
Actually, to be
This is
fair,
weird.
I am wearing quite expensive gear.
Yeah, do you see the armor he's wearing?
I actually don't know what he's wearing.
I am wearing a half plate made of chitin shell. I have a magical staff, a magical shield, a magical amulet around my neck, and a magical
Jesus.
ring on my finger.
Christ, dude! Holy!
fucking items.
Damn!
I have a few. I have 4 magical
He
items.
says,
Then a
as I
chest
said,
piece made of.
Okay, but did you have this when you ran into Foley?
I think I had. I think yes. I think I had everything I have currently.
Then look at Foley. What were you thinking?
Except for my lantern. That's a
This is how-
very new.
I had more people than they had. I think if I had jumped them, I would have come out on top.
Okay.
Folly, you have seen me banish people to a different dimension before.
He says,
I'm not
"I
gonna-
have." Yes.
So, question, Volley, because we're still getting the vampire. What time would be the best time for someone to have a private conversation? No one else will hear because everyone will be asleep. You would probably be the best person to answer that, besides me.
He says, private conversation. I mean, I guess you'd want to have it very late at night. People sleep at different times. He says, but if you're more specific, I could probably answer you better. What are you trying to do exactly?
See if the spies are if you're judging by the list correct, the spies are in the Pilgrims, stupid name,
Dormitory.
outposts. So, or homes, buildings, apartments, yada yada yada. Yeah, that. So, because I can turn myself invisible, and I can go see.
He says, well, I mean, you could just hang out there invisibly for, well, however long it lasts and see if you hear anything, but I mean, if you're asking when I think a spy would talk to other spies in private, I mean, it's a very, it's a hard thing to say for sure. I mean, they could be passing notes, they could be using signals. For all we know, one of these priests, the newer priest, could be the spy. Or
Okay.
you know, we don't have much to go on at this point. But I mean, if you just maybe try to stay near someone suspicious on this list, or you know, try to listen in, and if you see them going someplace alone, maybe use invisibility then. Just look for openings. That's what you usually do when you want to find things out. Go places where they wouldn't be expecting you to go when they think they're alone. Look out for those times, and then use your invisibility.
How many people is right here right now in this room, including myself?
5? Probably maybe 6 with Eldwin, and well, 7 with Nasira and Eldwin.
Has Flick like disappeared more or less?
I'm gonna say Flick just like is back in. Yeah, he didn't come with you here. He's
Yeah,
like
that's
making
what
plans to head back to his people, I think.
Okay, Nasira, Volley, Robert, Anvir, and who else is here?
Dosha.
No, sure.
Dosha and
Dosha.
Voli are your NPCs. You have Eldwin and Nasira in the background.
Eldon. So
You have
I probably
7
don't need.
people.
I'm gonna do them anyway. Eldrin, Nasira, Robert, Anvir, and let's do the vampire. Whenever we're through. Oh, are we with the vampire right now or no?
No,
No.
Tal is in the camp, which is outside the settlement.
Okay, Anvir, Robert, Nasira, Eldrin, and Volley. Y'all are gonna hear in your head. So which one do you want me to look after?
Like, oh god, another one of these people.
Voli
tired.
says, didn't the cat do this too?
Did he?
Which guy? Flick? No.
All these
Eldwin
people...
does something similar.
So
I think you're
says,
thinking about. I think you're thinking of our old turtle friend Otto.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't answer that, Voli says, but I mean, you might as well speak out loud if you're going to speak in my head. No secrets.
Yeah, I
here.
don't
Okay,
like
then-
my head being invaded.
No, I think he's saying it's like a conference call.
yeah, it's pretty much what.
Oh, can you hear each other's thoughts?
Actually, let me
I
go
thought-
look.
I'm pretty sure they can only hear your thoughts.
I thought. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's more like telephone.
Robert still speaks out loud.
Yeah, Voli would say it's a useful power to have. But
It's cell phone.
yeah.
So they speak to someone else, yada yada. But it's up for 3 hours.
Well, I
And
mean,
1 mile.
it's pretty late. It couldn't hurt to go and check and see what's going on in the dormitories.
Um,
I'm somewhat stealthy, but I'm sure Dosha would be better at spying than I. Maybe Robert.
or you can just have me since I was there.
Yeah, or you.
Speaking of which, Andrea, choose a name that you do not like on that list.
You know,
Well, why don't
That-
we pause here so I can give you more of the names for next time because we are at 8:30 plus. So let's do MVP votes and wrap for tonight. And yeah, next time I can give you more names to look into. I just gave
So
you a
is-
couple.
so the MVP vote is still going to be,
Story point, which is +2 to a roll.
okay, it's not inspiration. It's the new one.
Well, it's my own thing. It's a separate resource. You can have up to 10 of them, and like I said, you spend a point to gain +2 bonus to a roll, and you can spend up to 3 points on one roll to get +6. All right, so Anvir with 3 votes, you're MVP.
You said story or
Alright.
inspiration for
Currently called Inspiration Point.
Wait,
Definitely
how-
not.
Be renamed.
Yeah, definitely not a story point. Those are only for journaling.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you said story at first was all that.
Yeah.
That's what got me
Oh,
confused.
Inspiration Point. Yes, is the current name for it. Oh, did I
sorry,
say
just-
Story Point before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, Story Point's the same. Sorry.
Are
Story
we
Point
doing
is
a-
only for journal. Inspiration Point is for MVP. And I can give inspiration points out for RP stuff.
Okay. Are we doing away with normal inspiration?
Normal
guess-
inspiration is still a thing. It's either you're inspired or you're not. Which right now, I don't know.
All right.
I guess yeah, I'd have to give that out as well. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. So anyway, good game, everyone.
All right. See you all next week. Good night.
Yeah, see you next time. We'll continue the
Yeah.
investigation. Wait, was it the 19th? Yeah, I guess it's the evening.
That would be. You said we arrived on the 18th.
Yeah, so it's the evening of the 19th. At this point.
Seven skill.